What's going on, Dave? What's going on, everybody? This is Dave, and this is Pop Punk Promotions. I'm here with Mike from Great Danes, formerly Halifax from Los Angeles, California. How's it going, Mike?
What's up? Thanks for having me.
Of course, really appreciate you coming on. Let's dive right into it. So, when and how did Great Danes form?
Let's see. God, at this point, it's about a year and a half, maybe more. That a friend of mine, basically a guy that would I've been very close with for many, many years, back to the Halifax days, kind of helped reconnect Kevin Donlin and I. We were, part of the early days of finding Halifax. And we hadn't really talked in a really long time since then. Like when I left music, it was basically like a stonewall, like gone. And so we reconnected. We just wanted to like become friends again and talk. And it turned into him telling me about the fact that he had started learning how to record music on Logic. And I was like, that sounds cool. Like maybe I'll do that. And then, it just all started flowing. Like I was like, I have a bunch of ideas. You want to maybe make some music together? And then within probably a week or two, I was like, all right, I got a whole album ready to go. Let's go record it. Let's figure it out. And so a lot of the songs off the first album of Great Danes are ideas, riffs, lyrics, melodies that have been in my head for a very long time. That it just took that little nudge to get me over the edge for Kevin and I to actually take those songs and make them a reality. Um, so yeah, it basically just started with getting together and having some dinner and talking, and within days we were making music together.
Isn't it amazing, like how quickly like all that happens?
Yeah, totally. I mean, and it just kind of felt like honestly, I have a lot of the same feelings I had when originally I wrote a writer's reference for Halifax, which was just this like insane excitement over the music itself, like the process, the lyrics, the melodies, the like hearing something come to fruition and being like, oh, in my head it sounded one way, but now it sounds way better out as a song. And it's just exciting to me. So that fire has been burning brighter and brighter and brighter as we've been making this music. And like, we released a full length and we're almost done with another EP. And then I've got like another EP almost after that ready. Like we've got tons of music ready to go. We're just kind of putting it out as we make it. And it's been really, really fun.
That's absolutely incredible and super duper motivational. I'm one of those people like you where it's like if I get started with something, I just keep on going. I can't stop until somebody has to just pull me aside and just be like, hey, Dave, like just take a chill pill, relax. Like it's all good. It's all of it's gonna happen. Just don't get too carried away.
Yeah, I mean, look, with this day and age too, I will say like the only thing that's holding you back is you, right? So like for me with writing music, it's like as long as I have ideas and want to continue to do it, I'm just gonna keep doing it and keep making it. And you know, would it be amazing if people listen to it? Yeah, absolutely. I would hope people listen to it. But at the end of the day, I just know that I fucking love it. Like I care about it. I'm making stuff that I know I really enjoy, and Kevin as well, right? Like we're doing this together. So with all the technology we have at our fingertips, it's like if you have the ideas, and there's no reason not to.
Absolutely. Right on. So in January, you guys dropped Nomad Empire. How's the response been to it?
It's been really cool. I mean, it's funny because it is a bit of an amalgamation of ideas from different like eras, right? Like there's some songs that were written, 2011, 2012. There's Sydney, which we re-recorded, which was one of the first like big songs that I ever really wrote. But the response has been great. I mean, people like the variety on it. I think that it's got some heaviness, it's got some pop punk to it, it's got some emo-ness to it. Uh, but uh, but yeah, we're really pleased with what people are saying about it and how people are taking it in.
Would you say the response has been exactly what you were hoping, what you were expecting?
I can't even I didn't even know what to expect, right? Like I kind of crawled out of my little gopher hole and said, "Hey, I'm here again. By the way, hello. Here's some new music." And my expectations were super low. It was like I'm not looking to take over the world or anything like that. I just wanted to make new music and put it out there. So for people to care, for people to actually give a shit and even listen to it in the first place is I'm over the moon, you know?
I would have that exact same mentality.
Yeah, I mean you're putting yourself out there by making something creative and if people get enjoyment out of it, that's amazing, right? if they don't and you get enjoyment out of it, that's still just as cool, right? So for anyone to actually give a shit about Great Danes, for any of the streams that we have, for any of the views that we have, I'm extremely grateful.
I tell people this all the time. If you're doing it for other people and you're not doing it for yourself, and you're just wasting your time, and you might as well just quit and just, go do something else.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's very true.
That's awesome. So who do you guys record it with, and how's the process?
We, let's see. So we actually recorded the vast majority of it, if not all of it, ourselves. So uh at the room I'm sitting in right now, I did all the guitars and vocals. Kevin did all the bass and some of the additional guitars and synths at his house. We would send sessions back and forth. We met a drummer through a friend who lives in New York who we would send sessions to, and he would write drums and record them and send them back. So we actually had never played the songs in a room together until we actually released the album. So everything was done in these rooms, and then we had a close friend of ours who lives a few towns away who decided to mix it for us, and that did a couple guitar solos, and that was it. So no studio, no producer, nothing like that, just all done at home.
That's awesome. You guys are a, jack of all trades.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's funny because like you could say that making the album was part making the album and part learning how to use Logic because that's essentially what it was we wanted to record things, so we made an album as an excuse to learn how to record, and then it ignited us being a band and Great Danes actually coming to life.
I think it's really interesting how, like, 15, 20 years ago, like every band went into, a legit studio, and now you're seeing more and more bands just doing their own thing.
Yeah. I mean, I think it just depends, right, on where you're at and what you're doing. I think for us, it made sense to do it this way. Full transparency, we've been working with a producer for our second EP, and it's been awesome. It's different, but it's awesome. And, there's certain incredible benefits that you get out of that. There's also certain conveniencies that you lose, but I think it just depends, and maybe after that we'll go back to just making it from home, or maybe it'll change again. But I think the idea being is that you're constantly trying to evolve and grow as a writer, as a creator, as a musician, as an artist, and that can come in many different ways.
As long as you guys are happy, that's all that matters.
Totally. I mean, look, if you're not rocking your music that you're making as loud as you possibly can in your car when you're driving and enjoying the stuff that you make, like you're doing it wrong.
That is me, and I'm sure it upsets maybe like some of the people around, but you know what? I block that out, and I focus on myself.
Yeah, absolutely.
So what would you say your favorite and least favorite thing is about the writing and recording process?
Uh, I think, well, considering when it comes to being in a band and all the elements that come with being in a group, um, writing recording has always been my favorite. So it's really kind of hard to find the things that I don't like. I think it would be when it comes to like personal limitations where like I want to do something, but like it's like physically not possible for me to be fast enough or physically not like my voice isn't where I want it to be. It might be that type of stuff, but I will say the writing process is different nowadays with technology and the ability for me to like get motivated and inspired and just like write lyrics on my phone wherever I'm sitting. Um, Back in the day, it used to be lyrics. Lyrics were really annoying for me and I didn't like them, and now I love it. Now I love it more than anything. Um, so I think if anything, my biggest answer to the things I don't like would probably be the fact that I don't play more instruments and I wish I did, because then I would love to like be more creative and add more flavor to the stuff that I write. I'm a guitar player first and foremost, and then singer, and then everything else. And then the thing I love the most is, I mean, I feel like this is probably like the most low-hanging fruit answer is just sing it coming to life. I have so many like voice recordings on my phone of the early concept of an idea. And then when you compare that to the final thing, it's like really cool to just see that progression and see something come to life.
What do you think changed between like you not liking lyrics to now you liking lyrics? Like what made you,
Um,
go from not
you
liking it to like it?
I think when I was younger and I was writing for Halifax, my life experience was so much more limited, right? I was younger. I didn't. I didn't have a ton of experience in the varying ranges of emotions and things that you would deal with in life. And now I'm much older and I've dealt with a lot more. I mean, I have kids. I've been in, relationships that have gone wrong. There's people that you lose in your life. And I think that there's so much going on a regular basis that I'm able to kind of maturely tap into those emotions more easily. And just, I'll walk through the house, realizes my kids are gone and I miss my kids and I want to write a song about it. Like it could be coming like that. And so it's just been a lot easier for me, I think, to articulate those thoughts.
I feel like that's something I would really struggle about would be just like writing stuff that everybody can relate to. I feel like my problem would be I would just like, make music that only me and like a few of my homies can relate to, but not like, more people. I feel like that I would really struggle with that.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things I think I learned super early on, and listen, I don't think I'm necessarily good at it. I want to continue to push myself to be better at it. Is, a really good song can be uh different people can relate to it in different ways, right? It could be a song about a breakup and someone else might take it as, you know, a self evolution, it just depends. And so when you hear a song and you take it whatever way it means to you, and then you find out that it's actually about something different, I think that that's the beauty of music is its interpretation and subjectivity. So, um, it's funny because like I am very proud of the song Sydney that I wrote many many years ago, and a lot of people for a very long time thought it was about a girl, and it actually is about my grandfather who passed away and who I was very very close with, and losing him was really hard for me. And so when I found out, people took it as like, oh, I got had a breakup and Sydney helped me through it. I'm like, you know what? It wasn't written for that, but that's fucking fantastic, and I'm very happy that it helped you through that, because that's what music's for.
It's incredible how there could be like, 10 different meanings for a song.
Yeah. But I mean, on the flip side, though, if you try to write something too hyper specific to you, that is great for you and you can enjoy it, and there's nothing wrong with that. But if you're trying to go for broader appeal, you might not necessarily be as successful. But going back to what we said earlier, it's like up to you to define what success means.
Well, the good news is those things I can definitely relate to, getting broken up with and also losing a grandfather. So
Yep. Yep.
it's all good. So who would you say your biggest influences are?
It changes quite a bit. I mean, I've loved Muse for a very, very long time. I've been a huge fan of Thrice basically since they started, and they're still kicking, which is awesome. I think I told you before we even started this call, but I took my son to a Bad Omens Beartooth President show and love all three of those bands. They're great. Um, but really, a lot of my I would say my background is like pop punk, like the old Phoenix CX, Newfound Glory, Ataris. That's kind of like where I started. So that's always going to come out, I think, in the music that I write, even if I don't intend for it to. And then behind closed doors, I listen to a lot of like really random, like I'll go on like a phase of disco and I'll just listen to disco for like days on end. I am a huge fan of music that tells a story or makes you feel a certain way, whether or not you want to feel it at that point, right? Um, I think like the classic rock song, or I don't even know if you classify it as classic rock song, but holding out for a hero, it's like such a generic or not generic but like popular song, but it's kind of cheesy in a way. But I feel like every time I hear it I can't not feel something based on the sound of the instruments, the way it's played, and also the feeling of the vibes in the singing itself. And so I just tend to gravitate towards that type of music and hopefully emulate it with what I make.
So here's $1 million question. If you could play a show or if you could tour with one of those bands, one of those artists, who would it be?
I mean, my favorite band of all time is Queen. So like if like if Freddie came back from the dead and that were to be a possibility, I'd love to play the Queen. But otherwise, like it's probably got to be Muse. I mean, they've been doing it for a long time, and they've been doing it at a level that I just feel like is so far and above everything else. The musicianship, the attention to detail. I just love that.
I could see Muse putting on a really good live show.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I said the first two bands I mentioned, Muse and Thrice, are also notoriously really, really solid live, right? And I think that that's really important to me is like the level of attention to detail to the music they make, but the fact that they can also recreate it on a regular basis and they're not just like perfecting it for the studio only sort of thing.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So you're from Los Angeles. How's the punk rock, the pop punk, the emo scene there? Do you have a favorite local band, a favorite venue?
You know what? I wish I had a better answer to that, but I don't. Like favorite venue, I mean, I still love going to shows at the Troubadour in LA, which is, pretty famous, but for me it's all about sound, right? Like I don't know, vibes are cool, but if you go somewhere where it just sounds good, doesn't matter who you see. And then LA scene is a little fragmented because LA is so big. So like I live a little outside of LA, where Halifax kind of started, Thousand Oaks area, which is like Ventura County. There's a lot of great bands that came out of here, a lot of good hardcore. The town that I specifically grew up in is where like Strung Out's from, like a lot of punk rock. So there's some areas like pockets around here, but at this point in life, like where I rarely get to leave the house even, I work from home, I've got kids, I'm busy. It's like I get to go to shows from time to time, and when I do, I try to make it special, like the Troubadour, the Will Turn, or something like that.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
So now I'm going to ask you some non-music questions. A good way for me to get to know you as a person. I did this with the other bands. Are you ready to rock and roll?
always.
All right, first one. If you could be any animal, which one and why?
Panda bear, easy. Panda, dude, panda. You ever seen a panda not just like chilling, rolling around, hanging out, having a fun time? Like I think about this maybe too much. Look at pandas, man. They're just so chill. That's what I want to do.
All they do is lay around, they eat, they be lazy, and they just sleep and do nothing. I mean, that would be a living dream. I mean, sign me up for being a panda bear. That'd be dope. If you could be fluent in another language instantly, which one?
Wow. Probably Spanish. I know some Spanish, but I've always wanted to be fluent in Spanish. I feel like there's a lot of not only countries that speak that, but like it's got a lot more commonalities with other countries' languages as well. So yeah, probably Spanish.
I feel you on that one. Pretty practical.
Yeah. I mean, runner up might be French, but yeah, probably Spanish.
Yeah, no, I'm a sucker for the French language. I think it's a beautiful language, and yeah, I think it'd be really cool to be super fluent in that as well.
Honestly, any other language, if I'm being totally honest. Like, I don't
Not too
think,
picky.
yeah.
If you had $1 million and you could donate it to any charity, which one?
Um, I mean, this is a tough question. Like, there's a lot that I would want to do. Um, I have a real soft spot for animals. So, like, I think that it would probably be something about like, probably some sort of like animal preservation sort of thing in this world. Like we do humans, obviously take over this planet and everything's ours and we're taking homes away from animals all over. And so it'd be like, I think land preservation is a big thing for me, like making sure that those homes are still there for natural habitants of this planet other than us. Um, save the earth a bit. I don't know where that would go specifically, but like something in that realm. Other than that, it would be children with disabilities.
Well, that one really hits home for me because I work with kids with special needs and they have a special place in my heart. It's one of my passions. So, yeah, no, I'm definitely with you on that one.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up surrounded by it. Like my mom worked was with in elementary school with kids with special needs, and I've always tried to volunteer and give back as much as I can to folks that just need that extra assistance. So yeah,
That's amazing.
yeah, man.
So if you were stranded on a desert island, what three items would you want to have with you?
The guitar. Um, Stranded on the island by myself.
Yeah.
A guitar. Probably some sort of recording of the voices and picture and faces of my loved ones so that I have them close by. Uh, and then probably like a really, really big, like massive, comfortable blanket because I don't like sand. So I would not be on the sand.
Those are different answers. I like it.
Yeah.
I've gotten like sleeping bags. I've gotten I'm trying to think what else. A coffee. I've got a bunch of different things. Right now I would say I would probably want like an iPod. I'd have to have my music. Like I need my music. If I don't have my music, I'm in deep trouble. And then maybe like a book would be like, super cool. Like right now I'm reading a really dope book on the on like pop punk and emo taking off in 2008, 2009. This book called Where's Your Boy Tonight by Chris Payne. It's really, really sick. Like Midtown's in it Thursday. Let's see who else. Like a Dashboard Confessional, Saves a Day, like all the classic like emo pop punk bands are in it. So I feel like I'd have to have that with me as well. And then maybe coffee, because I'm a big coffee head.
Yeah. I mean, I only got three, right? I mean, I would want coffee. I probably want more right now, but yeah, I hear you on that.
Specifically black coffee. Like I'm a big black coffee guy.
Yeah, that's me. I'm right there with you. I'm black coffee as well.
Like my special drinks, but at the same time, it's like you can never go wrong with just having a nice hot cup of black coffee in the morning to just, get your day started and just put you in a amazing mood.
Yeah, I'm a fan of black coffee over ice every morning. I do it over ice.
That's an interesting setup. I might have to try it out and I'll report back.
Yeah, there you go.
Right on. All right, last question. What are some places in LA that visitors should check out?
Places in LA that people should check out. I mean, there's a ton. I mean, there's like lots of really cool places, but all the like standard stereotypical like Hollywood or Beverly, like that stuff's just so busy and whatever. I would say try to find some of the, you know, homegrown restaurants, like there's some really good restaurants out in the I grew up basically in what we call the Valley, the San Fernando Valley, and I think that there's a lot of really fun stuff out there like Studio City, Sherman Oaks, Encino. Um, it's funny, I would say don't go to the beach because they're disgusting here. Like it's just
Really?
yeah, yeah, it's gross. I would say like Malibu is really pretty. Go to like Malibu and see some of the beach over there, and more so like the land against the water, which is really nice. Like the canyons that we have to take to drive to get to the beach are really pretty. Um, and then if you're gonna be looking at mu or going to any shows or whatnot out here, I'd say like you have to, if you've never been, you have to go to a concert at the Hollywood Bowl.
Well, when I come out to visit you, we can hit up a show and go to the beaches since I'm a big beach guy
There you go.
and do some surfing because that's on my bucket list. I got to get that done. I learned how to snowboard. I learned how to play drums. I went to Camp Woodward, skateboarding camp. Like the next step is, learning how to surf.
Yeah, yeah, you could do that up here. Maybe a little further away from LA up north, but or down south. But yeah, there's definitely opportunities.
Hell yeah. Well, I really appreciate you, Mike, coming on, chatting up a little bit, and the support means the world to me.
Support from you means the world to us, man. I mean, again, like Great Danes is passion. Like we just want to make music and put it out there. So for anyone who's interested in it and wants to talk to us about us or the music or whatever it might be, we're forever grateful.
Hell yeah. So for the people gonna watch this interview later, where can they find your music at?
So we're on all major streaming platforms, Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube Music, etc. You can find us on Instagram at Great Danes 818. Those are probably the most reliable ones right now. yeah, we got our debut full length Nomad Empire is out. It's been out since January. And Tease, we have a bunch of new music that's on its way.
Do what the man says. Go to the websites, buy a CD, buy a vinyl, buy a shirt. They're absolutely killing it. Keep up the sick work.
Thanks, man.
Of course, I hope you have a great night. We'll chat soon.
Sounds good, man. You too.
Peace.